Have you ever noticed how the loudest critics are often the least accomplished? The people who have the most to say about you are rarely the ones doing better than you. Yet their words still sting. Their opinions still linger in your mind. And sometimes they even make you question yourself. But here's the truth. Allowing negativity to control your emotions is handing power to people who don't deserve it. Today, we're going to break free from that cycle. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn will change the way you deal with negativity forever. And before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to help our journey. Now, let's begin. Number 1, emotional detachment. The moment you let someone's words affect you, you give them power. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus taught that we suffer more from our interpretations of events than the events themselves. If someone calls you a failure, you have two choices: take it personally and feel hurt, or recognize that their words are merely noise. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. He was surrounded by critics, traitors, and people who envied his position. Did he let their words shake him? No. Instead, he reminded himself that external opinions hold no real weight unless he allows them to. When someone insults you, pause. Instead of reacting emotionally, ask yourself, does their opinion change who I am? Does it define me? The answer is always no. A powerful exercise is to imagine that insults are like arrows. If you don't pick them up, they can't hurt you. This is what emotional detachment looks like. When people try to bring you down, visualize their words passing through you, leaving no mark. The less you react, the less control they have over you. In real life, think of a successful entrepreneur like Elon Musk. He's constantly criticized, mocked, and attacked online. But does he waste time responding to every negative comment? No, he keeps moving forward. The moment you stop feeding negativity with attention, it starves. So, start practicing detachment. The next time someone insults you, simply acknowledge it for what it is, just words. Nothing more. Number 2, learn to use criticism, not fear it. Not all criticism is harmful. Some of it can actually help you grow. The key is learning to separate destructive criticism from constructive feedback. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." This means that without direction, any opinion can sway you. But when you know yourself, negativity loses its grip. Consider the case of Michael Jordan. Early in his career, he was told he wasn't good enough to make his high school basketball team. Instead of letting those words break him, he used them as fuel. He worked harder, trained relentlessly, and later became one of the greatest athletes of all time. The secret is to take a step back whenever someone speaks badly about you. Ask yourself, is there any truth in what they're saying? If yes, use it to improve. If not, discard it. When you start viewing criticism as a tool rather than an attack, you strip it of its emotional power. Here's a simple exercise. Write down the negative things people say about you. Then divide them into 2 lists, one for things you can work on, and another for things that are just noise. Focus on the first and ignore the second. This way, you transform negativity into progress. When someone insults you, remember, their words only have as much meaning as you give them. Choose wisely. Number 3, master the power of silence. One of the greatest ways to ignore negativity is through silence. Responding to every insult or bad comment is like adding fuel to a fire. It keeps it burning. But when you stay silent, you take away their power. This is why Stoic leaders rarely engaged in petty arguments. They knew that true strength lies in restraint. Imagine someone calls you a failure. Most people's instinct would be to argue, defend, or insult back. But what if you just smiled and walked away? That silence speaks louder than any response ever could. It shows confidence. It shows self-control. And most importantly, it shows that their words don't affect you. A great example is Jeff Bezos. Despite being mocked and doubted in the early days of Amazon, he didn't waste time responding to negativity. He focused on his vision. Today, he's one of the most successful people in the world. His silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. If you struggle with ignoring negativity, practice this. The next time someone insults you, count to 5 in your mind before reacting. Then ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer will be no. By choosing silence, you deny your critics the reaction they crave. And when you do that, they eventually lose interest and move on. Number 4, surround yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with influence how you handle negativity. If you surround yourself with pessimists, complainers, and people who gossip, you'll naturally absorb their energy. But if you choose to be around people who uplift and inspire you, negativity loses its grip. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a strategy for life. Look at successful people. They don't waste time with those who bring them down. They choose mentors, friends, and colleagues who challenge them to be better. Take Oprah Winfrey, for example. She grew up facing extreme criticism and doubt, but she didn't let negative voices define her. Instead, she surrounded herself with people who believed in her, and she became one of the most influential women in history. If you find yourself affected by negativity, audit your circle. Who do you spend the most time with? Are they adding value to your life or draining your energy? If it's the latter, it's time to distance yourself. You can't control what others say about you, but you can control who you listen to. Choose wisely. Number 5, develop an unshakable self-image. At the core of ignoring negativity is one simple truth. If you know who you are, no one can tell you who you are. The stronger your self-image, the less impact other people's opinions have on you. Think about the legendary Stoic Epictetus. He was born into slavery, yet he never let that define him. He focused on building his mind, strengthening his philosophy, and rising above the label society placed on him. That's why his teachings still influence millions today. In modern times, look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been criticized at every stage of his career, but does he let it affect his confidence? No. He continues proving himself on the field time and time again. Here's how you build an unshakable self-image. Start by reminding yourself daily of your strengths. Write down your accomplishments, your values, and what makes you unique. The more you reinforce your own identity, the less other people's opinions will matter. Number 6, negative words reflect them, not you. When someone insults you, it often says more about them than it does about you. People who feel the need to bring others down are usually dealing with their own insecurities. Instead of taking their words personally, understand that they're simply projecting their own fears and frustrations onto you. Think of Socrates. He was constantly mocked and ridiculed by those who didn't understand his wisdom. But instead of reacting emotionally, he remained calm and used their criticism as a way to learn about human nature. He knew that their words reflected their own ignorance, not his reality. A real-world example of this is Keanu Reeves. He has been called boring, untalented, and even unintelligent by critics. But instead of defending himself, he lets his work and actions speak for him. He understands that negativity often comes from people who are unhappy with their own lives. Here's an exercise to practice. The next time someone says something bad about you, ask yourself, what does this reveal about them? You'll often find that the insult has nothing to do with you. This mindset shift alone can free you from caring about what others say. Number 7, use the 10-year rule. Most of the time, we let negativity affect us because we give it too much importance. But ask yourself this, will the insult that hurt you today still matter in 10 years? If the answer is no, then why waste your energy on it? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, understood the value of perspective. He constantly reminded himself that everything, both praise and criticism, is temporary. He knew that in the grand scheme of life, small insults are meaningless. Look at someone like J.K. Rowling. She was rejected by publishers, told she wouldn't succeed, and even faced harsh criticism after her success. But instead of dwelling on negativity, she focused on the bigger picture. She knew that in the long run, those opinions wouldn't matter. A great habit to develop is the 10-year rule. Whenever someone insults you, ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? If not, let it go. If you adopt this mindset, you'll find that most negativity simply isn't worth your time. Number 8, the key to mental resilience. Most people are affected by negativity because their sense of self comes from external validation. If you rely on others to make you feel good, then their criticism will destroy you. But when you develop inner strength, no one's words can shake you. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic philosopher, understood this deeply. He taught that true power comes from controlling your mind, not the opinions of others. He said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think of someone like Muhammad Ali. He was mocked, doubted, and criticized throughout his career. But did he let that stop him? No, because his confidence didn't come from the approval of others. It came from within. He knew who he was, and that made him untouchable. A great way to build inner strength is through daily affirmations. Every morning, remind yourself of who you are, what you stand for, and what you're capable of. The stronger your inner world becomes, the less the outside world can affect you. Number 9, not everyone will like you, and that's okay. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with negativity is because they want to be liked by everyone. But the truth is, no matter what you do, there will always be people who dislike you. And that's perfectly fine. Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This means that adversity is a natural part of growth. If you're facing criticism, it's a sign that you're doing something meaningful. Consider Steve Jobs. He revolutionized technology, yet he was still hated by many. Some called him arrogant. Others called him difficult to work with. But did he waste time trying to please everyone? No. He focused on his mission, and in the end, he changed the world. A great exercise is to write down a list of people who inspire you. Then research the criticism they've faced. You'll quickly realize that no great person has ever been universally liked. The lesson? Stop trying to please everyone. Focus on your own path. Number 10. See negativity as a test, not a threat. What if, instead of fearing negativity, you started seeing it as a test of your mental strength? Every insult, every criticism, and every bad comment is an opportunity to practice self-control. The Stoics treated hardships like a workout for the mind. Just as lifting weights strengthens your body, ignoring negativity strengthens your resilience. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Think about Floyd Mayweather. He has been insulted, criticized, and mocked throughout his career. But instead of letting it get to him, he uses it as motivation. He sees negativity as a challenge, a test to prove how mentally strong he is. And because of that, no words can break him. Here's something you can try. The next time someone insults you, don't react. Instead, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is just a test. Over time, you'll find that negativity loses its power over you. At the end of the day, people will always talk. They will always have opinions. But their words only have power if you give them power. The key is to detach, shift your perspective, build inner strength, and stay focused on your own path. So the next time someone says something bad about you, remember this: strong minds don't waste time on weak opinions. Keep moving forward, stay unshakable, and never let negativity slow you down. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's keep growing together. Until next time, stay strong.